Alright guys, this is Cole with the Branford Exchange, and today I'm going to be breaking down the VWAP indicator for you and just kind of showing you how we use that here at the Branford Exchange and how it helps us stay profitable and identify good buy points when we're looking to buy into a stock. So what the VWAP stands for is volume weighted average price. It has two main influencing factors, which are volume and price, obviously. And there it is, edit studies. And that would just be this one right here. Mine, if I go into settings, I have it set on -2 and 2, and the time frame is on day, and that's pretty much it. So you can see, so the VWAP is these three lines. You see when I hover over that top line, that pink line right there, all three of those lines highlight. That's because all three of those lines, all of that is the VWAP overall. And it's more useful on a smaller time frame. So like for example, this 1 minute time frame, because you can see where the candlesticks are fluctuating in between, whether it be the bottom part, the bottom VWAP or the top VWAP. But if you go to something like the 4 hour, which is a more extended time frame, it's not as useful because you can't really see it. Even if you zoom in, I mean, you can see it, but it's too hard to follow the candlesticks because it's meant for quicker time frames. We like to use it though to identify good buy points or good sell points if you're already in the position. So for example, if I was looking to, buy into JNUG, typically the VWAP, it has just these two parts. It has the bottom part, which is, in between the middle and the bottom line, and it has the top part, which is in between the top and the middle line. If the candlesticks are trending in that top part, I like to think that the stock is uptrending, and if the candlesticks are trending in the bottom part of the VWAP, that stock might be downtrending at that time. Of course, you have to look at multiple different indicators, and you have to know more about the stock just than what the VWAP is showing you. But the VWAP can be useful. For example, right now the JNUG is uptrending today. It's up to 2.5%. But at any rate, so you can see these candlesticks over here, and they are trending in the in the top of the VWAP because the stock is currently uptrending, and you can see that it's getting closer. So these lines act as support, just as the EMA acts as support, just as the SMA will act as support or resistance. The VWAP will do the same thing. So you can see how where it's getting closer. These candlesticks are getting closer to the middle VWAP. So if you were looking to get into JNUG, it might be a good time to get into JNUG as they start to near that middle VWAP, because you can hope that the candlesticks would catch on that middle VWAP and it would use it or it act as a support for you to get in. So that might be a good buy point for you to buy in, and then have it, and then maybe take your profits, have it trend back up to the top VWAP, and then that's when it would start to sell back down. I mean, in this case there's only a like a 2% potential for profit, but you can see how in here it bounced off the middle VWAP and trended back up to the top VWAP, and then kind of pulled back and then bounced off the EMA, and then pulled back to the middle VWAP again, and then rose back up to the top. So you can see how that pattern, how it acts as support, and then how it's a better idea that if you were going to be buying into a stock, it's a better idea to buy into that stock when it's close to a VWAP line, and not the top VWAP, either the middle VWAP if you're catching an uptrending stock, or if you're trying to buy a dip excuse me, or buy a pullback, then it might pull back to this bottom VWAP here. Here, I'm gonna zoom out so that maybe we can yeah, right here. So for example, there was a pullback here on JNUG, and it rode all the way down to its bottom VWAP, and then it was kind of trending in the bottom here, and it tried to here it reversed, bounced off that bottom VWAP, and tried to trend back up and break above the middle VWAP. It wasn't able to, so it trended back down to the bottom, and then again it bounced off the bottom, and ever since has been uptrending until early this morning, pre-market this morning. It pulled back a little bit, but again bounced off that bottom VWAP and pushed up into the top of the VWAP, and is now uptrending. So that's basically it. That's how we use it. There's probably multiple different ways. I'm sure people use it different ways all over the place, but this is the most basic way. This is how we use it here. We don't use it for much else other than because it can't, even if it's uptrending, even if the candlesticks are trending in the top of the VWAP, it doesn't necessarily mean that this stock is uptrending overall. But it can always give you a good signal or a good idea of when you should be getting into a stock, especially when something might look good. For example, on the 4 hour chart, it might look good. Like for right now, I mean, JNUG doesn't look terrible on the 4 hour chart. It's kind of getting closer to to support. But at any rate, it's since this is a more extended time frame, since this is a larger time frame, it might be harder for you to get an idea of if you're actually getting it at a good price or not, because the price can move kind of quick. So that's where it's a good idea to look in your shorter time frames in the 1 minute and use this VWAP indicator, to see if it is a good time, if this stock, because the people traders trade, everybody, all traders, most traders will use this VWAP indicator, and that's how they're able to identify good buy and sell points, and that's how we're able to follow trends in the market, at least on a small time frame, or on a shorter time frame, so that you have a better idea of when to get in and when to get out. So I mean, again, that's pretty much it. These lines act as support and resistance, as you can see. Here it acted as support, and then this middle VWAP will act as resistance right here, right here, until it broke above it, and then the top VWAP will be its next resistance, which you can see in here. When it got up to the top VWAP, it pulled back to the middle, and then got up to the top again, bounced off that EMA, and then pulled back to the middle, and then so on and so forth. So that's how we use that to identify good buy and good sell points. If you guys have any questions, just leave them down in the comments below. I wanted to keep this, I gotta get going to work, so I wanted to keep this video kind of short, but hopefully it was helpful for somebody. Again, you can't just use this indicator. You have to look at multiple different indicators. You have to look at the MACD, the RSI, and be able to determine. So for example, though, on this 1 minute, so it's likely, since it's near this this middle VWAP right here, so you see this green candlestick starting to pop off of the middle VWAP, and you can see the RSI starting to point back up, and it's closer to 30 rather than 70, and you can see the MACD too starting to curl up here. It's not, it's starting to form a cup. It's in the early stages. So right now, JNUG might be good for a day trade if you wanted to cover a small margin. Like I said, maybe, I think from this middle VWAP to the top was almost 2%. So that would be like a small margin, small day trade if you wanted to make that. But that's how we would use the VWAP in a real life situation. So at any rate, though, I'm going to get going. If you guys have any questions, just leave them down in the comments below, and make sure to follow our social medias and join our Discord chat. Our Discord, we've been getting a lot more people in the Discord recently, and there's a lot more people, a lot of different traders from different areas of the world coming in there to talk, get together, and talk about good trade strategies and good practices. So make sure you join that. It's completely free, and subscribe, like, and share this if it was helpful for you. And that's it. So I'll see you guys in the next one.